All right, to watch this video for Wednesday, May 16th, the SPY gap down today. Let's look at it on intraday basis. Gap down, sold off, and just kept putting in lower highs, lower lows, but really kind of a tight channel on an intraday basis. With the Dow being down, I don't know what it was, maybe a couple hundred points. I'm not even sure at this point because we don't follow the Dow, but seems to be what mom and pop look at when they get home from work. We had a really nice day. The teamwork in there is fantastic. If you were not there today, HEAR called it 1501. I want to say by Wayne, but I'm going to slide this over. This was several people. Ramesh was on it. Jane was on it. Keith was on it. Pablo. Jane again, back over 15. And again, Wayne and I were on the mic talking about HEAR over 15 because the high of day was just, I love stat catalyst, right? And this is what it looked like. So the thesis was if it gets through that 15 seller, here's the opening high, 15.15. So that was the thesis. And once it broke, and it was off to the races. It actually went to 19.18 on probably about 25 cents risk, I think is what Wayne's idea was. Through 15, stop at 14.75. But, man, that picture just shows you the teamwork in there. Also, if you weren't there, PPDF, which I don't know that I've ever traded before. Again, talk about teamwork. Jane, PPDF, long flag, seller at 740. So, she puts it on radar. Back on radar, 740 again. Buffalo, over 7. A lot of us saw that 740. Big seller. We knew if it took that out, and you see what happens. So the teamwork in there is just off the chain right now, and there's that resistance right at 740. I like stacked catalyst, so if it breaks 740, where's the next catalyst? High of day break just above that, 744, and that's when the dominoes start to fall. And even Wayne, the moderator, making money off of members, right? I snatched his post from chat today. PPDF still going. Damn, love this room. I've never seen that without these posts. And I can't tell you how many times I've thought that, where I catch a trade that I never would have found it wasn't for the great teamwork in that room. So, or in our room, I should say. Here's what I'm watching for tomorrow. If you missed today, hopefully that gives you some incentive to show up to work tomorrow. FENG, big move today, from 4 to over 5, closed pretty strong. So we'll see if we get a red to green or some kind of follow-through setup in that one. And by the way, back to HEAR, I'll take today's candle out of it. I said in the video yesterday that HEAR I want to watch all week because of this strong move here, but it's extended from the moving averages, so I doubt I'll trade it tomorrow, which means today. I said unless we get a low-risk, clean setup, right? That's exactly what happened. So you never know, and then look at that massive move. So even when something's extended, it can keep going. And, if we get a nice intraday setup, we can make some pretty nice money. All right, MEIP, really strong move on big volume today. Again, that one's extended. It's had 2 big days actually in a row, but we're going to start watching it, and you never know. Maybe we get a trade in tomorrow. Maybe we won't get one until Friday or none at all. But we only take these with a proper intraday setup. RGSE, curling up kind of barely above the, or right at the 200-day. But again, these solars had really good news last week, so I still like this one for maybe a retest of those highs from last week. So that one goes on watch. GALT puts in an inside day today, closing below its open. So normally probably wouldn't even put it on the chart or on the list. But look at this. I don't know. All of a sudden, out of the blue this afternoon, it trades 136,000 shares on this massive spike. Didn't take out the highs. This wasn't a trade for me or anything, but it kept it on my radar, right? All of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see this massive volume spike. I say, you know what? I'm going to watch GALT again tomorrow. So it's on the list. MOSY, another inside day. This doesn't seem to be getting a lot of attention, though. Only 884,000 traded. No trades in it today, but you've got a high, you've got a lower high, you've got another inside day with a lower high. If it can kind of break out of this range to the upside, we might get a trade. PPDF, I just showed you that one. I also want to watch that again tomorrow. It doesn't have a lot of trading history. It's like a relatively new issue, and its biggest volume in probably 3 or 4 months today, and closing pretty strong. So we might get a nice continuation day tomorrow. HTBX, great call by Janet today. I was actually stalking this for an inside 5s after the gap up, right? You had the high, and then you had a lower high, and Janet spotted a seller at 163. I was getting ready to call this on 5s, on a 5-minute buy setup over this candle at 164. And then Janet posted that. I looked at it, and sure enough, that made me like it even more. Figured if it breaks 163 now, we might get a high of day break. I think I made, on this move right here, I think I made $400. I could be wrong. Okay, so I don't like to lie on my videos, so I looked it up and then said, you know what? I made $4.95, so there's a screenshot. Just on this little trade alone, man, that's not even counting HERCLWT. I call this back through. It sold off back through the high of day, which was over 465 on the microphone and chat. I actually got filled at 460 as it was coming up. And within the first few minutes, it was at almost $6 in a few minutes. That was a great way to start my day. I got some thank yous for some other people that said that was their best trade since they've been with our service too. So there's another one. I didn't even mean to. That one's not even on watch tomorrow, but since I was talking about trades today, that was a really nice one too. Let's get back to GALT. I want to watch. Let's see. HTBX is the last one I was on. Sorry about that. HTBX because it's a goofy chart because they had this huge 2-day move, then a huge gap down, then a massive gap down. So you've got a round trip, and then it trades sideways for like a week. I generally leave these alone after that, but it's actually getting some upside momentum, nice volume today. So this one might continue tomorrow. Again, don't get me wrong. I don't look at this chart and think it's a beautiful chart, but made some decent money in it today, so I'm going to watch it again tomorrow. Closed pretty strong. PERI, this is just a... let's see, big pop last week, and now it's kind of flagging below $1. If it gets back through $1, you got the 200-day there, but maybe it retests recent high. So I like this one. FORD in after. This is not a compelling chart. No relative recent volume or anything, high volume, but closed at 144. It's trading at 165 right now in after hours. So I think they came out with earnings, so maybe a gap and go in that one. Again, only with a proper day setup, but certainly worth watching. And then Sears Holdings, SHLD, after the gap up yesterday, you've got a couple red days kind of filling the gap on bounce watch for tomorrow. Maybe that one turns back up. And I'm going to leave it at that. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you in chat tomorrow.